go. There we go.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we had Martin Truex Jr. in a boat. We have Chase Elliott in a fake force. So this is pretty cool. We're going to go straight to Claire B. Lang. Claire, go ahead with your question.
Thank you. Chase, you start fourth in the Hooters Give a Hoot Chevrolet, which sounds like a good start. You're fifth in points, down 8 from the cutoff line of 4. How are you looking at the weekend?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Texas is a challenge for sure, and nice to have a good starting spot, which is certainly helpful. And hopefully we can, try to keep our track position. That's a very, very tough place to pass and make a lot of ground since they reconfigured it. So, I think that'll be nice. So hopefully we can keep the track position and move forward.
Do you give a hoot about the 8 below the cutoff line? Do you give a hoot about that? Is it, just points and you got to go win and you know what you got to do kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I feel like I've really worried about the point situation less this year than I ever have before. To the point where it's just, it matters. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not that I don't care. It does matter, but I just think the more that you understand that winning is paramount and that's the only guarantee that moves you on. And also realizing if you ever make the Final Four, you're going to have to go win that last race. So I just really am a big believer in feeling comfortable in that moment and just trying to, thrive in the situation of having to win. And I think that's how we need to treat these last 2 races in this round. And ultimately that, if you're not winning races, at this level, you're not going to win the championship anyway. So that's how we have to approach it. And I feel good about that.
Good luck this weekend. Thank you, Chase.
Thanks.
Our next question will come from Jeff Magliochetti. Go ahead with your question, Jeff.
Hi, Chase. Thank you for joining us today. This has been one of the most unusual, if not the most unusual season in NASCAR history. But you guys have gotten so much done, so much good done. What's the biggest lesson you'll take away from this 2020 campaign, and what has been the aspect that's worked best?
There's a lot of things I think this year. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we've learned as an industry. The amount of time we're spending at racetracks, I feel like is maximized for the drivers and the teams. And we're still putting on the same great race on Sunday. So that to me is the biggest thing that the situation, a bad situation, obviously with all this going on in the world, led to a simplified version, I guess, of what we had with really no negative effect of the actual product on Sunday. So I do think there was a complexity that had gotten so complex through greed and money, and just like, money drives everything. So over the years, things just kind of got carried away to the point where I'm not sure it could sustain. And I think we learned lessons this year that can really help this deal not only last for a very long time, but I think grow in the right direction that racing should.
Sounds great. Thanks, Chase. Good luck.
Thanks.
Our next question will come from John Sturman. Go ahead with your question, John. John, you're on mute, my friend. There you go.
Thank you. Chase, you mentioned the reconfiguration at Texas as being a problem. I'm assuming you're referring to turns 1 and 2, now 20 degrees, as compared to the 3 and 4, 24 degrees. Is that the part of the track that gives you the biggest problem?
To be honest, I feel like I've had my struggles on both ends of the racetrack. I don't know that it has as much to do with the banking reconfiguration as maybe just the fresh asphalt. I'm not sure I don't really know exactly what it is. 1 and 2 certainly been a struggle, but we've had our problems on the other end of the racetrack too. So, I guess a combination between that and the track surface being new, Goodyear having to bring a really hard tire, something in that whole realm of change has not suited me well in the past, unfortunately. So I think for me, just focused on, trying to look forward and not bring those bad vibes to Texas this weekend, I think is a big piece of improving. So just having a better mindset and looking forward to another opportunity there.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Woody Kane. Go ahead with the question, Woody.
Hey, Chase, appreciate your time. Wanted to look ahead a week. I know you're focused on Texas right now, but Martinsville, you've run well there. The organization has run well there, Hendrick Motorsports. Just describe the idea of having an old school short track be kind of the deciding factor of who makes the championship four and who doesn't. I mean, it kind of seems appropriate almost.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I think Martinsville certainly is a place that deserves to be on the schedule, and I think it deserves to have a important place on the schedule. And where it's been placed in this final 10 races over the last, heck, it's been right there towards the end of the season for a long time. So it's been a deciding factor in who makes the Final Four every year since this format was implemented, if I'm not mistaken. So it's always been important, and I think rightfully so.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our next question will come from Mark Garrow. Go ahead with the question, Mark.
Thank you again. Thanks for your time, Chase. Sort of following up with Woody, where you talked last week about, hey, Texas, since the repave has been kind of a struggle for us. When you see the playoff format come out in the playoff, the round 3 cutoff race be Martinsville, does that give you a little bit of confidence in the fact that, hey, if I go there and I've got to hit a home run, I know I'm capable of that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think we're capable of running good everywhere. So that's really where my mindset is. I hate to just say, okay, like, yeah, we've had good runs at Martinsville, we're just going to count on that one. That's not how you have to go about this. And also, as great as it is to know that we've had some good runs at certain racetracks, past success doesn't equal future success. It never has, and I don't think it ever will. You can still go to a place that has been good to you and struggle. So we could go to Martinsville next week and be terrible. And that's just racing, and that's just the way it is. So I think for us just to look at an event because we've had a couple of decent runs there in the past and put all our eggs in that basket is not wise.
You've also been there, Chase, where you know certain things happened during the race because so much was on the line. Could we be looking at a potential powder keg with everybody being sort of packed in and around that cutoff line? Joey Logano winning last week, kind of leapfrogging, and it may pack a bunch of guys into a very, very small, basket going into that race.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly can. I mean, we don't know what the point situation is going to look like until we get through Texas. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure no matter what it looks like, there's going to be guys who have to win, just like there always is, and guys who are flirting around the line on points. So, that's just the product of 3 race rounds, product of the reset, and product of how this format is. So, regardless of how, whatever happens this weekend, I'm sure it'll be an exciting event to watch.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our next question will come from Bob Pockrass. Go ahead with the question, Bob.
Yeah, Chase, with so much on the line in the playoff races, have you changed at all preparation wise? I mean, do you study, and again with no practice too, are you studying any more notes or watching any more film or doing any more meetings?
We, honestly, our approach has been the same as it has always been when we had a bunch of practice. And I think that's for us, I feel like we, are just trying not to reinvent the wheel and just do our thing, which I think there's something to that, something to be said for that, and not trying to outsmart ourselves. So, if we're going to a place or, say we have our meeting on Monday, right? And on Wednesday, I have a thought or I have an idea or Alan has an idea or one of our team members has an idea. We all reach out to each other and get on another call and discuss it. But if we feel good about our meeting on Monday and we feel like we're ready to go, I'll go through my regular prep for the event, and they will as well, and I'll see them on Sunday morning.
And just like in general, how much time is that prep? I mean, are you spending 1 or 2 hours a day? Is it 4 or 5 hours a day? Is it 8 hours a day?
That's tough. I think it's hard to put a number on it. I'm the kind of guy where I might watch certain things at certain times, but also I feel like I might be riding down the road and have a thought pop in my head, and I'll start down a rabbit hole of thinking, you know, what I think caused this or what I think we need to do better and why, maybe if something, you know, I think about something. So it's hard for me to put a time frame on that because I feel like my mind's always kind of thinking about it. And when you have those good ideas or something that makes sense in your head, something that you can explain easily, I try to pass those things along. And it's really just kind of an open dialogue all the time, I guess, is kind of how we approach it. So hard to put a exact number on that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our final question will come from David de Guzman. Go ahead with the question, David.
All right. Hey, Chase, thanks for doing this. When you guys go to Martinsville next weekend, there's going to be limited fans there. There weren't fans when the Cup Series was there earlier this year. After going through this season, what's been the kind of like the biggest difference in terms of having fans and no fans, even though there's going to be limited fans? I mean, can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, I mean, you know, having people back at a smaller number, I think is better than no one being there for sure. So I mean, ultimately, I think it's all a step in the right direction and a direction that we need to get back in. You know, in my opinion, I don't know how long we can sustain going to racetracks and nobody being there. You know, this is an entertainment industry ultimately for, you know, for TV broadcasters and ticket sales and everything else. So, you know, we're lucky that TV has become what it has over the years, how easily accessible it is to everybody's phones now. And, you know, if we want to watch a sporting event, you know, it's going to be on somewhere, right? A big one. So we're very lucky for that because otherwise I'm not sure we would still be doing what we're doing. So, you know, whenever the tracks and the sanctioning body and all the higher ups that make those decisions feel like it's a good time to bring people back, I'm sure they will in full capacity. And until then, you know, we'll you know, enjoy the crowds at whatever they let in.
Thank you.
Good deal, Chase. Well, thank you for taking the time to join us. Good luck this weekend at Texas.
Cool. Thanks.